Good morning everyone. This is Shravan Kumar, lecturer, Department of Business Administration, Andhra Loyola College. Today we are going to discuss about Henri Fayol 14 Principles of Management. As we all know that Henri Fayol is the father of modern management who has advocated 14 principles of management. In this regard, I just want to go for the 14 principles of management in detail. The first principle is about division of work. Division of work means it is nothing but dividing the work into various parts in order to get the specialization, in order to complete the work in time. And the second principle is about authority and responsibility. As we all know that every person, every manager who works in the organization should have the authority as well as the responsibility. Authority without responsibility is useless. Responsibility without authority is ineffective. So in this regard, all the managers who have the command of authorizing and also should have the responsibility of doing the work in time should have the span of control also in this regard. The third principle is about discipline. As we all know that in all the today's modern organizations, discipline means order or otherwise the obedience, outward mark of respect, established rules and organizations. In this regard, discipline is the foremost and for the first principle of the organization. Not only the managers but all the employees, whoever who work in the organization should be disciplined so that they should come in time, they should follow all the rules and regulations so that the work can run smoothly in the organizations. And the fourth principle is about the unity of command. Unity of command means there should be only one boss who can give the instructions to the people. So there should be unity of command among all the employees. Unity of command means there should be only one boss to the employees. If more than one boss is there leads to confusion and chaos. So in this regard, Henri Fayol has observed the system of the organizations in which all the employees are not having the unity of command. So he has brought out this principle, the fourth principle, unity of command. There should be only one boss for all the employees. And the fifth principle is about the unity of direction. Unity of direction is also stating that there should be one head and one plan for all the employees having the same objective, which means if suppose there are 4 groups of teams, in this regard the 4 teams should have the 4 managers and they should have the 4 plans. In this regard, every manager having the same plan, every manager will be having their own plan. In this regard, the objective will be the same, that is profit motive. And the next principle is about subordination of individual interest to general interest. This principle is stating that all the employees should have the general interest in the first principle, as well as they should be having the common interest in the second flow, which means the collaborative environment should be there. All the employees should collaborate themselves in the work environment system so that they should align the organizational objectives together and they should work with cooperation and coordination. The next principle is about effective remuneration. All the employees should be given equal pay and equal salary. Remuneration should be commensurate to their experience. In this regard, we can have some bullet points. Equitable compensation. All the employees should be treated equally and they should be compensated to their experience at the rate of work. Motivation and retention. All the employees should be motivated financially as well as non-financially for their work performance so that if equitable compensation is given, fair remuneration is given, every person in the organization will be motivated effectively and they will be retained in the organization for a long period of time, wherein the performance linked incentives will also be given to all the employees. Whoever the person who is working in the organization will be trying to prove himself, trying to prove his performance, as he will be getting some incentives or perks or otherwise we can call as commission. And the next one we have centralization and decentralization. Centralization means today we observe in most of the organizations we have a centralized organization system, which means there should be only one person. There should be only one person in which the decision making will be concentrated, centered by only very few persons in order, so that everyone will be taking their decisions. It is decentralization. If only some team of members will be taking some sort of decision making, we call it as centralization. The next ninth principle is about scalar chain. Scalar chain means chain of superiors ranging from the ultimate authority to the lowest ranks. We have this scalar chain seen as very important principle in this 14 principles, which means the superiors should range from the hierarchy to the lowest ranks. Chain of superiors ranging from ultimate authority to the lowest ranks. In this regard, we have some bullet points like we observe defined structure in every level, as well as we have effective communication from each person to the other person, and also we have regular consistency, in which regular consistency means teams will be having some cooperation, coordination, in which from where the orders should come, the flow of orders should rise from the superior to the subordinate, which means they have to follow in a hierarchy, in a straight line, in a single line. The next principle, 10th principle, is about order. There should be order in the organizations. Order is of two types, material order and social order. Material order means there should be place for everything and everything should be in its place. Social order means there should be a place for everyone and everyone should be appointed in their own roles, in which we have so many materials and we have so much of manpower. Socially as well as materially, we have so much of things to assemble. So in this regard, we have the order in which clarity should be there in the tasks and some sort of discipline should be promoted, as well as the efficiency can be optimized maximum. The next principle is about equity. Equity means justice and kindness. All the employees should be treated equally and some sort of fairness and kindness should be there. Equitable distribution, as we have seen, the remuneration is equally distributed. The order should also be there, equity should also be there, so that there should not be favoritism, there should not be partiality among the employees. All the employees should work equally, so that fairness and impartiality is the more important factor in which the principle is stating about. Diversity and inclusion. We have diversity also. So all the employees are not equal. All the fingers are not alike in the hand. In the same way, all are equal. There is no favoritism, there is no nepotism. Equal opportunities are given to all the people to perform their functions effectively. Next, we have stability of tenure of personnel. Stability of tenure of personnel means employees should be retained in the organization for a longer period of time. We observe so many people going from the organizations and so many employees entering into the organizations. As we observe this, why? Why? Because the employees, why they are leaving the organizations? The only intention of leaving the organizations, there is lack of some infrastructure, there is no equitable salary. So in this regard, properly, if all the salaries and equal infrastructure is placed in the organizations, the stability will be for a longer period of time. The tenure, the term period for all the persons who are working in the organization will be for a long period of time, in which enhanced productivity will be observed, as well as continuity in learning also will be seen here. Next principle is about initiative. Every employee who works in the organization should come forward by taking initiative, in which they have some entrepreneurial spirit among themselves to come forward to function the performance of various effective factors, and also some sort of creativity and innovation should be there. Every person should think creatively, every person should think innovatively, in which there is the only one outcome or output for every organization, that is profit. So we want to get the profit. In order to get the profit, every person should stand for themselves, for initiating themselves, for energizing themselves for the production as well as for the profitability. Empowerment and autonomy is also seen in the initiative. And the last principle is about esprit de corps. Esprit de corps means, in short, we can say that equity is the strength. So when all the equity is strength, unity is strength, we have team unity, we observe motivation, we have collaboration. So these are the 14 principles of Henri Fayol's management. He is the father of modern management. he has given these principles. Today we observe all these functions are being performed in every organizations, not only in the modern organizations but also in the traditional organizations. These 14 principles are being structured accordingly in order to get the optimum maximization of all the resources. As we know that we have 5 M's in management. The first one is men, second is money, third is machinery, fourth is material, 5 is the very important that one is motivation. Every employee should be motivated to use all these 5 M's accordingly, so that if all these 14 principles are functioned effectively, business organizations will flourish smoothly, and also the business organizations will run in profits. In this regard, I conclude the Henri Fayol, who is the father of modern management, giving 14 principles is very important for these today's modern business organizations. Thank you one and all.